You know how many people think that they made that shit now?
Before we get into the build part, I want to show you just some quick footage here when I tested this on my friends, and also a little bit PvP footage. In Occupied, I could kill them with 5 shots without any buffs active. With the buffs active, I think it's 57k damage, which is a 4-shot. And with the right tweaks, I think I can always 4-shot anyone without any buffs. In Normalized, it's a bit more bullets, I can't remember, but you can see it here in the footage. But this is the first time I tried the build and it's still a work in progress, so it can be quite a lot stronger. So yeah, some footage here and then the build breakdown later.
Up top.
Reloading.
Multiple. One very slow. Down. One on the left. Low. Nade. Thank you for the follow, classic boo boo. On fire.
I'm gone. There's one more there though.
Yes.
Gonna reload
Fire.
quick.
Yeah, I'm pushing. Oh, it's two of them. One shot sniper.
Can go back.
He's shooting you. Has drone. One down.
Got one.
Ah, got me. One shot sniper on the left side. Pushing. Nice. Just one left. Nice. Oh my god.
Okay, I like. Just do 8 kits, you should be fine. There's another player here though, dude. Somewhere. It's fucking drone.
He's close, engaging.
Where we were, pushing us.
Yeah.
Right side.
Are you kidding?
Oh!
Agent neutralized nearby.
I had to come down once.
I'm gonna. Okay, I think I'm gonna fuck this sweet dreams thing.
So. Classic boo boo thing for
I'm
the fall.
I'm insane.
Manhunt initiated.
Since so many people have been asking about builds now when Vulture 5 is out, it's finally time for another one. This time with an insanely strong M60 in focus. But this build actually works with a lot of other weapon types if you tweak it a little bit, since it is focused around base damage. I'm not gonna go through that right now though, but at a later stage that might happen. Anyway, I will have a lot of build videos coming, like an updated SMG version, since a lot of people say that it's actually trash now, but it's actually buffed. Then after that I want to do a build that counters that SMG build. And then AR build, sniper, shotgun, and yeah, more than that as well. I have a lot of plans. However though, I'm going to TwitchCon on Thursday, so I will be away for like 5 days, so please be patient. But back to the build, it is work in progress, but it's still really good right now. I used it like 2 days ago on stream, and since I'm gonna go to TwitchCon as I said, and I will be playing this on stream, I thought I would make the video right now, so you guys can at least understand like the main parts with the build. I do have some tweaks I wanna do to this build, like gonna make it way stronger, but I do need pieces for that, and I need to check the spreadsheet more so I can get it to work 100% efficient. When I figure that out 100% though, I will make an updated build video. So with this patch, they actually buffed the base pulse range, and since they nerfed safeguard as well, I thought it was a good opportunity to go for a high damage build, because that's something I always wanted to do. And with that using compensated, since I don't like crit builds. Sadly though, pulse didn't work how I wanted to, so it's not mandatory or needed at all actually. You probably do better without it. But yeah, let's get into it. So the key talents are on the ropes that you get on the backpack. It gives you 25% damage when both skills are used. This is actually perfect with chem launchers, since if you use one chem launcher charge, it counts as a cooldown. You need 7 utility for this skill, but that's not a problem at all actually. We're gonna get into that later though, and also try to snatch hardend as a passive talent here on the backpack. Next talent is compensated, and you get it on the gloves. It gives you 15% more weapon damage when your crit chance is lower than 20, so perfect synergy since we're gonna focus on base damage. Then after that we have the chest talent, and it's gonna be unstoppable force. Since we're playing LMG, berserker doesn't work, and unstoppable force with some armor stacking is really good as long as you can get a kill first. And yeah, it's perfect for this weapon damage stacking. Then we have the mask talent. I currently use spotter there because I wanted to use pulse. However though, while pulse is active, you don't get on the ropes buff, so I'm not a fan of this interaction actually. Because I thought you would get on the ropes when the pulse is active and that's synergy, but it didn't work like that. So another mask talent you could go is dialed in. Since we don't want to go crit, we're gonna stack accuracy. So if you want extra stability for a gun, that would work well. Otherwise, you could go the passive talent that gives you 10% skill power. We're gonna go into why later though, but getting skill power on this build is definitely pretty good. So to get all these talents active, we need not more than 3 reds and at least 7 blue and yellows. So you're probably thinking 7 blues and 7 yellow widdz. I wanna do damage, I want to get damage widdz. So there is a trick here. There's actually gear mods called generic protocol mods. And if you have a system mod slot on your gear, which this one right now have 3 of, you can put in 6% specific weapon damage in a mod that's utility or defense, but it's gonna count as a blue or yellow, since that's the slot type. So with that method, we can get insane damage while only having 3 reds. And since we stack in weapon damage, with this method our base damage is gonna go through the roof. I will make a video tomorrow I think how to farm those blue generic mods. And they also come in purple, but the blue ones are the best. And on top of that, also how to farm skill mods that you don't require too much skill power. But in short, you need to be around level 16 to 24 because that's when those mods drop. But yeah, tomorrow I should have a guide that covers that. And that's also why we want to have some skill power instead of cooldown reduction for yellows. Since we can get probably some decent skill mods for our chem launcher, for example. And I mean, cooldown reduction is not going to do much at all for this. So yeah, skill power it is. And looking at the stats priority, number 1, it's going to be weapon damage. But we can only go 3 red attributes. But also, as I just said, we will get some extra damage if we have those blue gear mods. Then when it comes to defensive one, the blue ones, we want to stack as much bonus armor as possible. And for utility, the yellow ones, we want to go skill power so we can activate some low level skill gear mods for our skills. Looking at the brand sets, this is what I have right now, but this is something I'm gonna change up when I figure this out more. But this combo right now works really well to achieve 377, and you still get some decent brand set bonuses. So 2 Araldi for accuracy and headshot damage, 1 Petro for LMG damage, 1 Alps for cooldown reduction, which is not important at all and it gives you high attributes. Like I definitely want to swap this later when I figure this out more. Then 2 Gila Guard for the 5% armor, which is not too important either, and I don't think I want to use 2 Gila either, but that's something I'm gonna change later. But Gila is really good for gear mods though. Looking at my weapons, there's actually 2 different routes you can go here. I'm gonna let you know what I prefer right now though, but I haven't tested this too much, but both weapons will be the M60 because it's just too strong. So you want to get the military M60 and not the classic one. Reason is the classic one doesn't have a muzzle, but military have one, which can give you 20% stability or 10% accuracy, which is just really good for LMGs, especially since we're gonna be using unhinged for that fat weapon damage. Then as a second talent, I'm gonna use the 10% rate of fire, and third talent, we're gonna go overlap. Since overlap for LMG give you 5% reload speed, since I don't think it's worth to go filler up instead of like 15 headshot damage or weapon damage, because the reload speed we're gonna have is gonna be good enough and you still have 100 bullets with this. So the specialization I wanna use is actually a sharpshooter for accuracy, reload speed, stability, headshot damage. And I mean, it's gonna be a headshot damage build though, so it makes a lot of sense. So we're gonna get a reload speed on the M60 around 3 to 3.5, and we can probably get this a bit lower, especially if we get some blue gear mods with the reload speed. They can roll 6.5 reload speed. And on top of that, when you reload it like 60 or 70%, you can just cancel the reload with a bash and it will fully reload. And as a secondary, I'm gonna go Shatterbox for that 20% extra RPM, which is really good in PvP. And it synergizes good with Unstoppable Force. The second weapon load that you can do is the M60 once again with the talent Optimist. It gives you more damage the less bullets you have in your gun. We're also gonna go with a passive rate of fire talent here just for more burst, or possibly you could use mag size. And for the third talent we wanna have stop and roll, at least I think that's what it's called. When you roll you get rid of status effects. And you probably figure out what our secondary gun is gonna be. It's gonna be the exotic shotgun called Lullaby or Sweet Dreams. So the holster talent on that shotgun is every time you roll, you get 25% bullets back, which is 25 for the M60. So combining this with Optimist and staying around 30 or 40 bullets, we're gonna get a lot of damage without losing any weapon handling at all. And if we get on status effect, we just roll and we still get the bullets and we lose the status effect. So pretty nice synergy there. For this one, we could use Demolitionist since the reload speed doesn't matter. But I still really like Sharpshooter though for the headshot damage and accuracy. But it's up to you though. I mean, Demolitionist gives you 15% LMG damage, but I mean, Sharpshooter have headshot damage, which is really high. And if you want to go for headshots, that's gonna be really strong. So taking a look at my build right now, this is how far I gotten. So this is the Shatterbox. Not too much to look at there. I'm using the M60, a military version. I think the base damage roll is not the best here, but I haven't checked since I have unhinged. But rate of fire, unhinged. I don't have the holster talent I want to have here. I want to have overlap. Looking at the modding though, it's accuracy. Actually reload speed on this one, I could use rate of fire. I think I actually do that for the burst damage. Accuracy on the suppressor, you could use the stability one as well. I want to just put everything into accuracy though, because with unhinged the accuracy is really bad. But that's the modding on that gun. I do have another one though that I crafted. It is a classic one with optimist, stable and protected deploy. I don't have the correct talents here either though, but I just wanted to craft it quick and test optimist. So with that I would mod similar as well. You don't need as much accuracy here or stability, because yeah, you don't lose any weapon handling like you do on unhinged. But that's the guns I have. So looking at the Hillagard here, I have health and cooldown reduction. So you want to have those two attributes. You can't have a red here. And as I said before, spotter is not needed. I don't think it's that good actually, so I would probably rather go dialed in. Or if you go a passive talent that gives you 10% skill power, that would be more useful. And the reason we go Gilligard on the mask as well is because of this utility protocol mod slot. Because we need to get quite a lot of attributes here for the 377. So that's the mask. The chest you want to have a Petrov, because this one rolls 4 attributes. So we have 1 skill power here, 1 health, bonus armor and weapon damage. Sadly my roll is really low on the weapon damage. I would like to get the weapon damage as high as possible and lower on the other rolls, but that's what I have right now. Unstoppable force here as well. Another utility mod. Like, this is actually important. You need to get the right pieces that have a utility mod as well. If you would get one with offensive one, yeah, then this doesn't work. And that's the reason why I have the current brand sets I have on the current spots, because that's how you can achieve 377. And that's something I will look into more later to make it more efficient. But right now this is what I have, so I'm gonna show this because it still works good. Then I have a Araldi holster with health and the weapon damage. I would like to change this talent to headshot damage actually, because I just want to go full headshot damage and full headshot mode with this. But weapon damage works good as well. And I don't think filler up is worth it. Like, the reload is gonna be so quick anyway if you play sharpshooter. And you have 100 bullets. If you can't kill like a few people with that, then you're doing this wrong, because this build can kill in occupied 5 shots to the head and they die. And even in normalized, it's still not too many headshots you need to hit, right? So having 100 bullets, it's more than enough, guys. Then a backpack with Araldi as well. Weapon damage and cooldown reduction. As I said before, I don't want to have cooldown reduction. I want to have skill power, but that's what I have. Then we have the 20 skill duration, which is pretty bad. We want to have hardend here, but yeah, that's what I got so far. I haven't had time to farm too much, but at least I got this to work. Then on the ropes, key talent. And yeah, the good thing with this Araldi backpack, it comes with a utility protocol mod slot. Then looking at the gloves, I'm currently using Alps gloves, and this is probably something I want to change as well. 12% LMG damage, cooldown reduction, which doesn't really matter, and compensated. And a utility protocol mod slot. But the good thing with Alps is that it rolls 1 high attribute, but I definitely want to look into this and change this, but yeah, in a later stage. Then we have Gilligard knee pads here. I haven't actually changed these ones. I could do that, but yeah, I don't want to use Entrench, obviously. You could use Cloaked, or you could go a passive talent here that gives you 10% skill power if you need to reach that threshold. But yeah, bonus armor and 2 defensive slots here. And this one have a system mod slot, which is actually amazing, because we can just swap to 6.5 reload speed or 6% LMG damage. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten time to farm that yet, but you can see I have 6% assault rifle damage, 6% shotgun damage. You can get that in LMG as well. And if you stock all those mods with 6% LMG damage, whew, that's gonna be a lot of damage. Just adding 2 of those, that's more than 1 Petrov brand set. So yeah, and as you can see, it is a defensive system mod slot, but it is a utility one, but we still get the defensive one from it. So really, really good. And that's something that I could do here as well. I forgot to do that, but I could put the damage here as well. Right now I don't have too much interesting mods though, but I'm gonna farm here and get the LMG damage or reload speed. Like, getting reload speed on this is actually really good as well. Like, comparing to getting 105 skill power, like getting reload speed or weapon damage is just so insane. So yeah, that's how it looks right now. The armor 200k, not too impressive, but this is more of a damage build. But with hardend on the backpack, we're gonna be doing pretty good though. Looking at the skills, I'm gonna use chem launcher. Chem launcher is really good for on the ropes, because as soon as you use 1 charge of the chem launcher, it will act like it's on cooldown, because 1 of the charges are on cooldown, right? So it's really good for on the ropes. So if we look at the mods, I don't have that good mods right now. On one of the slots here, I want to have the one that increases the chem launcher healing. So getting that would be pretty good. I haven't looked into how much it increases though and how much skill power I need, but I'm pretty sure I can get one of those if I get it at the right level. Right now I'm using pulse though. I don't think the pulse is that good with this build anymore though. But if you want to try that, you could, because they boosted the radius to 50 meters, so it's not bad. Or just use the EMP version, you can just easily get it off. But there is like other interesting skills you could use. I'll leave that up to you though, guys. But yeah, I mean, that's how my build looks right now. I need some upgrades, I'm gonna do some changes, and I mean, when I figure that out, this build is gonna be way better than it already is. But I think even right now, it's pretty damn good. I mean, 27k weapon damage. I don't think my M60 is that good of a roll. 100 headshot damage, 4.1 reload time without using the 20% mag. If we put that on, it would get lower. If I would get the generic mods with that, it would get lower as well. And same with the weapon damage. We could increase the weapon damage by like 18%. Maybe even more if I figure it out, if you get those gear mods right, and that's just gonna be insane. But that's how my current setup looks right now. As I said, this is work in progress, but I'm gonna be playing with this for a while in PvP, so I thought I would make a video on that right now, since I am gonna go away for 5 days and I'm not gonna have time to make build videos. I most likely will be streaming a bit from TwitchCon probably, so I thought it would be good to have this one out so you can understand the build a bit. Anyway, hope you guys found this video useful, and if you are interested in more guides or Division 2 videos in general, make sure you subscribe. See you in the next one.